So just settle yourself down on the floor. Allow that awareness to come to the breath. And just start by watching that breath moving in and moving out. Hey Anna. Oh, she's not connected yet. There she is. Hey Anna, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Let yourself settle down on the floor. And allow that awareness to come to your breath. During the month of May, we're going to consider what it means to live with Dharma or purpose. Everyone has a purpose in life, and within that purpose lies a unique talent just waiting to be expressed and shared with the world. If you have ever witnessed someone living their purpose, it's inspiring to see. They exude happiness. When you experience the same, it is pure bliss. Now you might be thinking, I have no idea if I found my purpose, or how would I even know where to start? The aim over the next few weeks is to give you some ways and some means of starting that exploratory journey to find out what it is. And if you never thought about it, then maybe it's an opportunity to start. Now, our Dharma is not necessarily our job. The two are disconnected. And we can start discovering our personal Dharma by asking some seemingly simple questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is the reason for my existence? To start with, the mind might draw a blank, or it might be inundated with a torrent of answers. The truest answers emerge slowly as time passes. Just like when you're trying to find a house, you see one, then another, and think, no, I don't want this one or that one. But then, through the process of discounting an answer, we start being able to see what it is that we want, or what we're good at, or what our purpose is. Often it's only through knowing what we don't want that we're able to find out what we do. It might simply be an unshakable feeling of, this is my path, this is what I must do. I know for myself, the questions of why am I here and what is my purpose tend to result in answers if I'm not sure. Or that the answer then is it really that, if I find an answer? An easier question that I find a little bit easier to deal with is, if I had all the time, money, energy in the world that I wanted, what would I do? Or if this was your last day on earth, what do you wish you had done that you're not doing now? And why are you not doing it? And then we now allow the body to be the body and the mind to be quiet, to be still. It's only through that stillness and the quietness that we're going to have the opportunity to listen to the answers that come up. When you listen, you need to listen from your heart. All the energy of the mind needs to move into your heart centre, where the true answers lie. The answers aren't going to be created by the mind or the ego. The practice of physical poses in yoga gives us the opportunity to quieten the body and the mind, to turn inwards. This paying attention to the inner feelings and thoughts is the first step in being able to work out your life's purpose. As you become an active participant in your life, you start to notice the things that make you happy. And then it becomes easier to reject the things that don't. We can start by just thinking about the times that you felt fulfilled in your life. Maybe even back to when you were a child. Think about what you were doing, who you were with, what emotions you felt. Were there any moments when you lost track of time completely because you were doing something that you loved? then think about your gifts, about what friends and family would say are your skills and talents. If there's a theme that keeps coming up, or the same thing keeps coming up from different sources, this is something to take note of. But make a note of any and all answers that come to you, either in a journal or recording voice messages to yourself on a phone, and then go back, reread them, listen to them again. Take your time. Our current culture dictates everything is high speed, that we get the results immediately. But this is something that is going to take time to cultivate, to discover, to be patient, put in the effort that it needs, and open up your heart. Finding your purpose doesn't have to mean a complete change in lifestyle, relationship, or job. It might be, or it could just be, making modifications to what or how you're doing things now. Through the process of questioning, reflection, and putting in the work, then there's a likelihood that you're going to be able to find more meaning, purpose, and happiness in your life. So follow your next breath all the way in and all the way out. And then let's bring the hands together on top of each other on the heart, so one hand on top of the other. Relaxing those shoulders down the back. Inhale, breathe into your heart centre, that heart space underneath your hands. Let it fill with air, and exhale, let it empty completely. Let's do a couple more. And then softly release those arms back down by the side. We're going to start gently moving the body. We're going to lift the right arm up and overhead, and then bring it back down, and then take over and let the left arm come up and over and bring it down. So just gently moving from side to side with your breath. And then let's take both arms together. Let's take one more breath with those arms lifting up and over, and then bring them back down by your side. And then as you're able, let's take the arms out wide at shoulder height, palms up towards the sky. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, and we're going to glue those shoulders down into the floor as you bring the feet and the knees together. So keep the feet on the floor, we're just having the knees and the feet touching. As you exhale, gently take the knees down to the right. Inhale with them here. Exhale to bring them back to centre. Inhale in the centre. Exhaling, taking them over to the side. So just slowing it down a little bit, so the exhale makes the movement, the inhale finds the stillness. So it might be that you have to rein yourself back in just a little bit, because we quite often move with our breath rather than taking a full round of breath to move and stop. We'll do one more in each direction, and then we'll hug both knees in towards your chest. So with those knees in towards the chest, as you exhale, draw the knees in a little closer. Inhale, let them move away. And then let's take a pause. And as you inhale, feel the chest expand again, feel the heart expand. And as you exhale, draw it all in towards the centre. Just shifting the focus a little bit so it's much more in your heart and your upper back. And then your choice whether you want to rock from head to tailbone to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position, or whether you want to roll over onto your side and come up to sitting. Maybe using some support of a block underneath the bottom or a cushion just to get that sense of lifting up through the spine a little bit more. And then we'll inhale, lift those shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, take them round and down. So inhaling up. Exhale, round and down. Let's do a couple more. Next time they're drawing down the back, we're going to pause there. Inhale, exhale, take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale to lift. Exhaling opposite side. So we're working to release the neck and the shoulders, open up the heart centre so that we can allow those thoughts, those feelings of what your purpose might be to come out. And we'll bring the head back through centre. As you exhale, we'll take the chin towards the chest. Inhale, gaze towards the ceiling. So gently nodding the head up and down, slowly, slowly. Next time you bring your head back through centre, we'll pause, and we're going to gently take the head from side to side. Let's do one more in each direction. And we'll bring it back to centre. We'll take the fingertips onto the shoulders and the elbows around, big looping circles. So inhaling to bring those elbows towards each other and up, and exhale to take them round and down. And then let's take it back in the opposite direction. And then we'll release those fingertips down towards the floor. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale, float those arms up, kiss the palms together, and exhale, float them back down. Just go again. Inhale to float them up, and exhale to float them down. So just really helping to waken up, warm up the shoulder joint, all the muscles of that shoulder girdle. This time we'll keep the fingertips on the floor, and we'll paint a big rainbow up and over with the right arm. exhale, bring it back to centre, and then inhaling opposite side. And again, just gently moving from side to side, working to open up the rib cage, lengthen the intercostal muscles. It's going to help us breathe a little deeper. Again, it opens up into that heart centre. Let's do one more to each side. Nice. Inhale, bring the arms out at shoulder height. We're going to take your right arm on top of your left and interlace your hands. So you're going to be interlacing the hands out in front of you. Okay? That's it. But you've got one arm on top of the other. That's it. Do you need me to come closer, Anna? You see what I'm doing? It's going to be like that. Then we're going to round through the spine. So you're going to draw the navel in towards you, draw the chin towards the chest, and do a figure of 8 with your arms. And get into those shoulders. And then let's take those figures of 8 in the opposite direction. And then bring that to stillness. Really reach the arms away, draw the navel in, take a full round of breath in and out. Keep the arms as they are and lift back up. So relaxing the shoulders down the back. Release the hands, cross at the elbows. So keep the same hand on top. We're either going to take, properly pickling the brains today, taking the hands onto the shoulders and working to lift the elbows, or we're bringing the backs of the hands together, or we're bringing the palms towards each other. In whichever variation we're doing, we're taking those elbows away from the chest and lifting them towards the ceiling, and then drawing those shoulder blades down the back. Beautiful, nice work. Let's take another couple of deep breaths here, feeling those shoulder blades broaden as you inhale and draw down the back as you exhale. And then we'll release the arms down, give them a bit of a shake, give them a little bit of a roll. And then we're going to do exactly the same to the opposite side. So we're going to inhale, take the arms out. This time we're bringing the left arm on top of the right and interlacing the fingers. Alison, have the palms together. You've got an arms out. Bring your left arm on top of your right. Turn the palms to, there we go. Then we're going to take the arms away, draw the navel in towards the chest and come back to that figure of 8. So with that other arm on top, it might feel a little bit different. I always feel like Nelly the elephant with this one. With my big elephant trunk, and then let's take it back in the opposite direction. Super work, everyone. Hope you're feeling that in the shoulders. I quite like this one for my shoulders. And then let's bring that to stillness. Release the hands, keep that hand on top. Bring the elbows towards each other, either holding onto the shoulders and lifting the elbows, or bringing the backs, the hands or the palms towards each other. We're going to take the elbows away and up towards your shoulders. Relax those shoulder blades down the back, and let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And then let those arms go again. Give them a little bit of a shake. They might be feeling, mine are feeling a bit tired now after all that work. Okay, let's give them a shot. And then we're going to come through onto all fours. We're bringing the hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just acknowledging if the shoulders are feeling a little bit tired. All this kind of work through the shoulders can make them feel a bit tired. We store a lot of our tension in our shoulders, so they might be a bit tight. So just pushing away from the floor, drawing the navel in. Let's come into that cat stretch. We'll let the belly drop, tailbone lift, heart come forward. And then exhale to round through the spine, chin to chest. Let's take a couple more. Let's do one more. And then we'll bring the knees as wide as your yoga mat, big toes together. Keeping your right hand on the floor underneath the right shoulder. We'll take the left hand onto the lower back, lift out of that right shoulder and rotate your heart towards the ceiling. Exhale, rotate it back to centre and then inhale to open it out. We'll do a couple more with your breath. Maybe we can rotate and lift that left hand up towards the ceiling. And then we'll exhale, slot that left hand through the hole on the right, bring the shoulder towards the floor. Don't get too comfy because we're going to inhale and open out into our twist again. And then exhale, bringing the shoulder towards the floor. Let's do one more. This time we are going to stay on the floor, relaxing the shoulders down, maybe bringing a cushion underneath the head if it needs a little bit of support. And then maybe we can walk your right hand forward towards the top of your mat and just have a heaviness down through the armpit. So you're opening out through the armpit. Nice work. Perfect. Let's take another couple of deep breaths here. And then we'll walk your right hand back in towards your face, push into the hand, come back up to all fours. Nice work. We're going to do exactly the same to the opposite side. So we're rooting and grounding down through that left hand. Right hand onto your lower back, which might already get a bit of an opening through the shoulder. And then we're going to inhale to rotate towards the ceiling, exhaling chest to floor. Or at least rotating it towards the floor. Let's do a few more. So it's getting into your mid back, your upper back. And then maybe we can reach that right hand up towards the ceiling and then slot it through that hole on the left. Inhale to open and exhale, slotting it through. Let's do a couple more. And then staying with that shoulder towards the floor, releasing it down, walking your left arm forward, allowing the armpit to be heavy to the floor. If it feels pinchy in the shoulders, just widening the hand away from your face. And then walking the hand back in towards the body. Back underneath the shoulders. We'll bring the knees underneath the hips again. We're going to take it into our puppy pose. So we're going to walk the hands forward, maybe coming onto forearms, maybe walking it a little bit further so we can get the forehead towards the floor. And again, maybe widening those hands so that we can get lots of space between the hands to allow lots of space between the shoulders. So tailbone sticking up into the air, the heart's melting towards the floor, so maybe the chin can come to the floor. As you inhale, feel the rib cage expand. As you exhale, feel the navel drawing towards the spine a little more. Good job. And then push down through those hands, start to shift the body weight forward and walk those hands back underneath the shoulders. And get off the hands and the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the bottom up and back, downward dog. And then let's walk the feet all the way up to the top of your mat in a bent knee forward fold. Let the arms go, let the head go.
Maybe even interlace the hands with the elbows and gently sway a little from side to side. And then drawing the navel in, tuck the chin in, rolling all the way up to standing, relaxing the shoulders down the back, coming and standing tall on your mat. Okay, let's just step the feet slightly wider apart. Sort my lighting out. I don't know if that's made any difference, maybe a little bit. And we're just going to have a little sway from side to side, so nice and soft through the knees. You can let the heel come away from the floor. Just a gentle movement from side to side. It might feel a little bit silly. Advantage of practicing at home with nobody else can see, so you can be as silly as you want. You can be slow, we can make it a little bit faster, which really helps to get you out of your head and into your body, because if you in your head you're going to fall over. Okay, maybe even just gently slapping your sides with your hands as you twist. And then starting to just slow that down a little bit and bringing it back to centre. Bringing those feet back underneath the hips, bringing the hands down by the side. Feeling those feet rooted into the earth. Maybe feel a little bit of fizzy warmth through the body because we've got the energy flowing. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale, release, stepping back with the right leg, right knee down. Inhale, we're going to bring hands to hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other, opening up through the chest. One more breath. And then releasing it down towards the floor, stepping back into your version of plank. So it might be knees down plank, it might be full plank. And then lowering it all the way down towards the floor, sliding the arms forward. So they're underneath the shoulders, hands are parallel with each other, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other and down the back, and heels repelling each other. Coming into a lovely heart opener of Sphinx. You can gently nod the head down towards the floor, so lengthening a bit more through the back of the neck, down to the middle of the spine. And then we'll release it back down towards the floor. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to all fours and exhale to downward dog. Just take a moment in our downward dog. Let the head release. Give it a shake. Send those heels down towards the floor as you lift the bottom up towards the ceiling. And then we'll look forward on the mat. Big stride forward with the right foot, then the left, keeping that chin tucked in, rolling all the way back up. Float the arms, exhaling hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up tall, exhaling forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, release, stepping back with the left leg, left knee down. Bringing the hands up onto the hips, squeezing those elbows towards each other again. And then releasing it down into your version of plank. Nice work. And then releasing that all the way down towards the floor. Let's slide those arms forward again, back into your Sphinx. The heels repelling each other, shoulder blades moving towards each other and down the back. Maybe looking over one shoulder, bringing it back to centre, looking over the opposite shoulder. And bring it back to centre. Relax it back down towards the floor. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Inhale to all fours and exhale to downward dog. Again, take a nice big releasing breath here. And we'll look forward on the mat. Step your left foot forward, then your right, and bring it all the way back up to standing, floating those arms up and overhead. Exhaling hands to heart. Good work. From here, we're going to take a big step back with your right foot. So you've got your left knee at the front, left foot at the front. Coming into your warrior two stance. You've got to bend through the front knee, pushing down through that outer edge of your back foot. Both hips, try that again, both hips lifting away from the floor, tucking that tailbone under, and then floating the arms away, maybe looking over that front hand. Having a sense of really expanding up through this upper chest region. Lower ribs hugging towards your hip crests. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the right hand down, lift the left arm up and over, opening up through that left hand side of the body. Maybe sinking those hips a little lower towards the floor. Careful, don't get too excited leaning backwards. And then moving from your core centre, rotating, hinging from the hip, bringing that left arm to rest on the left leg. Right arm's going to take a big circle. Nice and slowly. Couple in one direction. And then a couple back in the opposite direction. Next time we've rotated up towards the ceiling, let's pause there, or bringing it onto the lower back if that's a better place for it. And we can see about straightening out through that front leg, rotating the heart towards the ceiling, and breathing here. The triangle pose is a really good one for helping to open up through the shoulders, the chest, the hips, nourishing your mind, your body and your soul. And then we'll bend off that front knee. Inhale yourself back up to standing. Turn the toes towards each other. Take the hands down by your side. And as you inhale, we're simply going to float those arms up so we can take up space on our mat into our star pose. So everything radiating out from your centre, from your heart. And then floating those arms back down again. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other and down the back, and root those hands down towards the floor. Keep that sense of rooting down as you start to hinge from the hip, making sure we're drawing the navel in. And we'll come to our flat back position, to halfway. Inhale, and then exhale, lift it all the way back up. And then we'll do that again. Inhale, exhaling, hinging from the hips, drawing the navel in, shoulder blades towards each other, halfway, And then exhale, bringing it back up. And then this time we're going to see how far we can take it. So we might get past halfway. Shoulder blades still drawing towards each other and down the back. Still drawing the navel in. And just pausing wherever feels appropriate. Letting the head go. If you want, you can see about lifting those arms up and over your head. And breathing here. One more full round of breath. And then really push down through those legs. Use the hands to help lever you all the way back up to standing. Take a moment just to make sure the room's not spinning. And then we'll heel toe those feet back towards each other, back into your mountain pose. Take a big breath in and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Okay, just going to do all that to the other side. So you're going to have your right foot at the front and your left foot at the back, setting yourself up for warrior two again. Really firm down through those legs, helping to root our energy down into our body again, tucking the tailbone under, floating those arms away. Breathing here. Inhale, letting that left hand release down to the left leg, reaching the right arm up and over. Still feeling that firm connection to the floor. And again, moving from that core centre, bringing the right arm to rest on the right leg. Left arm's going to take a large circle, nice and slowly. Couple in one direction. And then back in the opposite direction. Next time that rotating hand is either past the lower back so we can rotate the heart up or up towards the ceiling, we'll keep it there. We'll see about straightening out through that front leg into your triangle pose again. Lots of length through the sides of the waist. Reconnect with your breath. Feel that expansion through your chest as you inhale. And draw it into your centre as you exhale. Bend off that front knee. Inhale yourself all the way back up to standing. Turn those toes back towards each other. Bringing the hands to the hips. Bend the knees. Come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees enough that you can bring those hands to the floor and let the head go. Give a gentle shake, yes and no. And we'll walk your left hand on the floor underneath your face. The right arm's going to trace up that left hand across the chest and up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring it back down. We'll do two more to this side. Just windmilling the arm up and then bringing it down. Super job. And then swapping over, doing exactly the same, noticing if one side feels easier to twist to than the other. And then bringing it all back through to centre, releasing it all down. And then bend the knees, draw the navel in, and bring it all the way back up to standing. We'll heel toe those feet back towards each other. And then we're going to transition down towards the floor. If you want any jumpers, blankets, socks, gather that all around your mat so you're not having to go and get it. And then we'll come and sit down on the floor again with our legs out in front of us. Get a little fluff from my mouth. We'll scoop out our imaginary bottom flesh and take your hands either side of the hips just to have that sense of lifting up through the spine. So rolling those shoulders around and down, pushing out through the balls and the heels of the feet. Just feeling that connection with the earth again. Going to inhale and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Full body stretch. Maybe reach up through one side and then the other. And then we'll reach up through both. Think up and over as we lean towards our feet. Now we might not get towards our feet, we might just be here. It might be that if you bend your knees a little bit, we can release a little bit more into the pose. It certainly helps to switch my hamstrings off. Let the head go. Let those arms drop to wherever they reach. Just be here. We've done quite a bit of work of opening up the front of the chest, the front of the body. This helps to open up the back of the chest and the back of the body, so the back of the heart. Maybe even thinking about that heart centre, that heart chakra in the back of your body. And then we'll tuck the chin in, slowly bring it all the way back up. We're coming to lie down on our backs. We're going to scoop bottom forward. Come and lie down. We've got a little bit to do once we get down on the floor, but not much because we're heading towards relaxation. So when you get on the floor, just hug those knees back in towards the chest. Find stillness. The shoulder blades draw towards each other and underneath your back. Chin in towards the chest, nice and long through the neck. Excuse me. Just notice where you're breathing. Are you breathing up into your collarbones, into your rib cage, down into your belly? We're not judging what we find, we're just acknowledging it. And then softly letting that left foot come back down towards the floor. The right foot come down towards the floor, taking the arms out wide at shoulder height. Having the feet still hip width apart as you gently take them down to the one side. Bring them back to centre and then take them over to the opposite side. The important part being that we're keeping those shoulders rooted down on the floor. Do one more to each side. We'll walk those feet as close in towards the bottom as you can muster. We'll bring the hands down by your side, push the palms and the feet into the floor. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, push down even further as you lift the bottom up towards the ceiling. And then think about lifting your heart up towards your chin and your chin towards the ceiling, into your bridge pose, those shoulder blades moving towards each other and down the back. Let's take another full round of breath here. And then we'll release it gently back down towards the floor. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. Give the body a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to expand out into whatever relaxation position is good for you. So putting on any socks and jumpers, putting in place any blankets, allowing the body to settle itself back down. And being able to find our purpose, being able to sit and listen to your heart's desires, what makes it happy, is what we need to be doing. And therefore we're going to do a heart opening meditation, really working with connecting to our heart chakra, which is the energy centre in the centre of our chest. So bring yourself into a comfortable position and wriggle around a little until you can feel that you're really settled and you can find the stillness. Your Anahata chakra, your heart chakra, holds the centre of love, empathy and compassion. And it's represented by the element of air. Like love, air surrounds and sustains us in this life. Anahata is the chakra of positive energy, connecting the lower chakras to the higher ones. When it's fully open, the heart chakra becomes a channel for universal compassion and our true self. It's in this space that we invite the infinite love to flow through us, allowing us to heal ourselves and others. The lesson of the heart is that we must fully love and accept ourselves before we can love and accept others. Finding out what makes us happy before we work out what makes others happy. Begin to notice your breath. Spread your collarbones wide, opening up the space that holds your heart. If it's comfortable, you can always bring one hand to your heart with the other one on top, or a hand onto your heart and a hand onto your belly. Or just let those hands relax wherever feels comfortable. Just bringing awareness to the space that surrounds your heart. Notice this space rising and falling with your breath. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel your lungs fill with fresh air. And as you exhale, feel your belly contract, emptying out, creating space for new awareness.
Now imagine you're breathing in a large emerald light. Feel it coming in through your nostrils and settling down into your heart space. It brings with it warmth, making the entire body feel toasty and cozy. As you breathe, allow this light and warmth to grow. Only by opening our hearts can we allow love to come in. If you felt any pain, perhaps a broken heart, and you've opened yourself up enough just to expose yourself to your vulnerability. This is a courageous move, and by doing so you can extend light onto those who need love. Take a moment just to call to mind someone or something or multiple people whom you love. Bring their faces clearly into your mind's eye. Now let love radiate out from your heart space to this person or people. Now call to mind yourself, someone or some people that you have a tough relationship with. Let their faces come clear to your mind. Then allow love to radiate out from your heart space to them. And then picture yourself. Bring your face very clearly to your mind. And using all the love, compassion, openness we've cultivated in this space, begin to wrap yourself up in love. Sending it out from this space that holds your heart. And then just allowing the awareness to come back into your body, making that breathing deeper and fuller. Start to gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Moisten the lips and roll the head a little from side to side. If it feels appropriate, you can reach the arms up and overhead again. Have a full body stretch along the floor and then gather those knees in towards the chest and give yourself a great big hug. And then when you're ready to, rolling over onto whichever side feels right to you, taking a full round of breath there before you gently and slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Coming into a comfortable seated position, bringing the hands back together at the heart, bowing the head towards the hands, lifting the heart up to meet them. And as you breathe, let's think of something we are grateful for today. Cultivating gratitude is a really good place to start in terms of being able to find our purpose in life. And then we'll lift the gaze and say to each other, Namaste. Well done, peeps.